custom protecting society through vigilance and commitment. Of a forecast of 876 billion, 915 billion has been mobilized. The target for 2026 is 975 billion CFA francs. The operationalization of the Confederation Bank for Investment and Development, BCID IAS, will not be long in coming. The first meeting of the Confederation Bank's Board of Directors was held at the financial institution's headquarters. The Dogon country is setting up in Bamako for the duration of the Okubana festival. This major cultural event attracts thousands of visitors with the wonders of the Dogon community. The theme of the 11th edition is Culture of Mali, Dialogue, Creativity and Resilience for Sustainable Development. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ORTM News. 26th of January is the International Customs Day. Several activities mark the day in Bamako. The highlight of the ceremony was the presentation of a giant check for 120 million CFA francs to some 60 officers who had retired, some after 40 years of service. This was a way for customs officials to celebrate excellence and recognize the merit of those who had worked to raise the Malian economy to a stable level. Report by Nyanya Alou Traoré and Angèle Damele.
This check amounting to 320 million of our money is intended for 61 officers about to retire. After 40 years of dedicated and loyal service to the nation, these men and women live with confidence, conscious of the legacy they are handing over to the younger generation. The ceremony also served as an opportunity to remind the broader custom community of the professionalism and commitment expected in its service to the state and to the Malian people. Far from being a burden, the years spent serving Mali represent a source of pride for these newly retired officers, who are moreover encouraged to continue playing an active role within the Custom Retirees Association. While retirement offers a well-deserved rest, remaining available to support the General Directorate of Customs was among the heartfelt wishes expressed by the Director General of Customs to the retirees. Other highlights of the ceremony including the presentation of service insignia and the reception of steps for the guests. The convivial atmosphere further underscores the spirit of cohesion within the General Directorate of Customs.
The World Bank is financing development projects, much to the delight of the population. The executive director representing Mali at the World Bank is visiting Mali. He held a working meeting with the authorities before visiting the Bakary Golf pumping station and a fresh fish market as part of the degraded land restoration project. All these projects have been financed by the World Bank. Bakary Touré and Gassou Diarra for more details.
World Bank made decision to strengthen the partnership with Mali. This partnership will allow to get a good collaboration between the institution of Bretton Woods and our country. This collaboration will allow to fund many projects and programs of development for Mali. In this case, it is necessary to know Malian government's priorities in order to get money from World Bank. World Bank representative paid visits in Bamako. World Bank representative spoke about World Bank's funding for Mali. After that, World Bank's representative and his delegation visited some projects that have been funded by World Bank in Mali. They have come to visit a pump station of Somapep in Bakary Golf. After that, they came to visit a fishery for the protection of environment. World Bank funded many projects which allow to achieve many important businesses. World Bank made sure that it will strengthen its partnership with Mali in order to fund many important projects for Mali.
A historic milestone was reached today in Bamako with the opening of the first meeting of the Board of Directors of the Confederation Bank for Investment and Development, BCID AES. The Confederation of Sahel States has officially established its financial arm to guarantee its economic sovereignty in order to finance its structural project. Alfsen Touré and Maimouna Najra for more details.
His speech resonated as a call for historical responsibility for the minister. The creation of BCID IS addresses a threefold urgency, guaranteeing financial sovereignty within the IS region, mobilizing savings to finance strategic infrastructure, and supporting local development in line with Sahelian realities. Speaking directly to the new administrators, the Minister Sanu stressed that the Board of Directors must be the central pillar of the institution. He demanded rigorous and transparent management aligned with international best banking practices while preserving the spirit of solidarity inherent to the Confederation. The president of BCID IS clarified the scope of this initial phase, which is far from being a mere formality. This first contact addresses the very foundation of the bank. Mr. Baela was clear about the institution's ambition. BCID IS will focus on high-impact structuring projects, particularly in the agricultural sector, to ensure a structural transformation of the economies of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger.
Celebration of the 76th anniversary of Republic Day in India here in Bamako. Among the guests was the Minister for Malian Abroad and African Integration. This was an opportunity for Moussa Ak Atayer to highlight the convergence of view between Mali and India, particularly with regard to respect for the sovereignty of peoples. Report by Ibrahim Kaukonate and Angel Damele.
India attains its independence from the United Kingdom on August 15, 1947. It became a sovereign republic on January 26, 1950, following the entry into force of the Indian Constitution. This day is dedicated to remembrance and tribute to the freedom fighters and the founding fathers of the Indian Constitution. For several decades, Mali and India shared excellent relationship based on cooperation, mutual respect, and solidarity dating back to the era of late Modibo Keïta, the first president of the Republic of Mali. This year, the government of India also commemorated the 150th anniversary of the patriotic song Vande Mataram, composed in 1850 and performed on this occasion by students of the Malian Association of the Blind UMAF.
There were tears of joy, but above all, a great deal of emotion at the Army Social Service Office on Monday, 27th of January. The widows of soldiers who fell at the front received food and non-food items. The donation was made by the National Youth Council through its Ivorian branch. This humanitarian gesture is a response to the appeal made by the transitional president. The ceremony took place in the presence of the Minister of Youth and Sport, responsible for civic education and citizenship building. Report by Chemoko Konate and Fatou Drame.
Philanthropists are abundant in Mali to wipe away the tears of those in need. Mariam Jara, dressed in black to mark the mourning period of her late husband, who fell on the battlefield, once again receives consolation through a modest contribution. We are at the social services of the army, where the young council branch established in Côte d'Ivoire expresses its heart through a modest gesture. 5 tons of rice accompanied by 205-liter cans of oil offered to military widows to ease their suffering. This is a response to the call of Army General Assimi Goïta for all Malians to come together in this wave of solidarity, demonstrating that young people are well aware of all that the military is doing for the country, and the support from the diaspora section has never faltered when it comes to Mali. Your donation will undoubtedly have a concrete impact, helping to improve the daily lives of many beneficiaries.
The National Conference of Teachers of English was held on January 24th and 25th in Bamako. It aimed to promote more effective teaching methods and stronger language skills among learners. The initiative was led by the Malian Association of Teachers of English (MET) and fully funded by the government of the United States of America through the U.S. Embassy in Mali. The event brought together high-level guests and education stakeholders from across the country. Reports Angèle Damele.
For the third time, English language teachers gathered in Bamako for the National Conference of Teachers of English. The theme dwelt on learner-centered and communicative approaches, rethinking English teaching for meaningful learning in Mali. The conference was fully funded by the government of the United States of America as part of the commemoration of Freedom 250, highlighting cooperation between the United States and Mali in the field of education.
This conference is the result of collective effort and shared vision. Dear participants, over the next 2 days, let's exchange. I'm talking to the participant. Share experiences and learn from one another. Let's place the learners at the center and make communication meaningful. And remember that when teachers grow, the nation grows. We extend our sincere thanks to the government of the United States of America, and mainly represented Mr. Nick is here. Thank you for your collaboration. So the U.S. Embassy in Mali, our national authority, we thank you. Ministry of National Education.
I'm always so proud to see the dedication, the professionalism, and the love that teachers have for each other, for their students, and for the topic. As an American officer here in Mali, I am proud to represent a country that values education and partnership. The United States believes that learning English can be a powerful tool for young people all over the world, but particularly here in Mali. It can help them access new opportunities, connect with people around the world, and contribute to the growth and development of communities not only here in Mali, but around the world entirely. More than that, we believe in the power of teachers. You are the ones who make these opportunities real. So thank you again. I know that teaching is not always easy. There are days when progress feels slow, when resources are stretched thin, and when the challenges seem overwhelming. But I also know that every lesson you teach, every word of encouragement you offer, and every moment you spend with your students matters.
The national authorities also demonstrated their strong support for the event.
Yet we know that traditional methods, although structured, are showing their limitations today. It's high time we put learners at the center of the process to make them the main actor in their learning, capable of using the language in real-life situations and not just knowing its rules. This vision is not new in Mali. Thank you to the commitment of the Ministry of National Education through the National Directorate of Pedagogy, DNP.
Teachers from various regions of Mali took part in the conference. Discussion focused on challenges related to English language teaching and classroom practices. 2 certificates of recognition were awarded to distinguished individuals in acknowledgement of their outstanding contributions to the Malian Association of Teachers of English, the organization at the heart of these major events.
The Dogon country in miniature was set up in place du cinquantenaire for a week during the Okubana festival. This annual cultural event brings together the communities of Mali around a common ideal, peace, cohesion, and living together. The theme of this year's festival is Malian culture, dialogue, creativity, and resilience for sustainable development. The Bozo community is the guest of honor, proof of the diversity of Malian traditions. Alpha Maiga and Maria Koulibaly for the opening ceremony.
On the banks of the Niger River, the cave dwellers offer a vibrant spectacle of color, knowledge, and fraternity. We are at the 11th edition of the Okubana Festival. According to the president of the festival's organizing committee, behind the festival events, Okubana is a space for renewal, for perpetuating the ancestral values that have shaped the Malian people. Culture is the foundation of sovereignty, social cohesion, and sustainable development in Mali. This edition marks the opening of a major cultural season and festivals in Mali, according to the Minister of Culture. This year, the promotion of Dogon culture shines brightly. This cultural promotion is enhanced by the presence of the Bozo, masters of the waters, guests of honor, and joking cousins with mutual respect, an invitation for which the Bozo say they are honored. The river, a silent witness, reinforces the symbol of harmonious coexistence and cultural complementarity between peoples. In this 11th edition of the Okubana Festival, the mask impressed the public, and with a magical stroke, the Bozo transformed the mask into fish.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is all for our today news, but stay with us for the lesson, a lesson prepared by our teacher Gaussou Diarra at Lycée Avenir. Follow the reports.
Okay, good morning everybody. Good morning, sir. How are you? Fine. Okay, sit down please. Thank you. We have a lesson about expressing permission and prohibition, present, past, expressing permission, present, past, to allow, active, passive. Okay, we want to express permission. We use allow. Allow is a verb. We use this verb to express permission. Okay, when we express permission, we make the sentence in affirmative and in interrogative. And we conjugate the verb in the present and the past. I start by present. Okay, this is affirmative form. In affirmative form, we conjugate the verb in the present. Okay, in the present, the third person, the verb takes S. This is very important to learn. Okay, I read, the sentence. Every weekend, my father allows me to go to the dancing party. Essentially, you have to, this verb we conjugate in the present and we add S to the verb. Okay, add the third person. This is the second sentence. Malian government allows, the third person, the verb takes S. Foreigners who have passport to enter Mali. To allow, ça peut dire permettre, ça peut dire autoriser. Bon, donc maintenant nous utilisons allow pour exprimer la permission. Bon, donc nous faisons la phrase à la forme affirmative et à la forme interrogative. Bon, donc à la forme affirmative, nous conjuguons le verbe au présent. Bon, donc essentiellement ici, quand le verbe se conjugue au présent, à la troisième personne du singulier, le verbe prend S comme terminaison. Bon, donc ça c'est à apprendre, ok? Bon, donc every weekend, my father allows me to go to the dancing party. Bon, donc chaque week-end, mon père m'autorise à aller à la soirée dansante. Ok, ça c'est la première phrase. Ok, la deuxième phrase, Malian government allows foreigners who have passports to enter Mali. Bon, donc en français, le gouvernement malien autorise les étrangers en anglais foreigners. Bon, donc les étrangers qui sont munis de passeports d'entrer au Mali. Bon, donc ça c'est la deuxième phrase. I translate into French. Okay, after that, I'm going to talk about interrogative form. About interrogative form, we can use do or does. Do or does, we consider like auxiliary, to form interrogative. For example, to form, I use does plus subject plus verb. Okay, when you use does, you don't put S to the verb. Okay, don't do this. Okay, does the teacher allow you to enter the classroom? Bon, donc à la forme interrogative en anglais, pour former l'interrogatif, nous utilisons soit do, soit does. Mais does à la troisième personne du singulier, par exemple, does the teacher allow you to enter the classroom? Bon, donc to enter, ça veut dire d'entrer. Bon, donc est-ce que le maître t'autorise à entrer en classe? Bon, donc ici encore, allow est toujours suivi de to. Ok, allow to. Bon, donc does the teacher allow you to enter the classroom? Okay, after that, do you allow me to smoke here? Do you allow me to smoke here? Bon, donc je vous ai dit que allow, bon, donc ça peut dire permettre, ça peut dire autoriser. Bon, donc ici, do you allow me to smoke here? Permettez-moi de fumer ici. I'm going to talk about active past. We conjugate the verb in the present, simple present. After that, we conjugate the verb in the past. Okay, in the past, last week, I make the first sentence. Okay, when I make the first sentence, I conjugate the verb in the simple past. Okay, last week, that is an expression. This expression talks about past. Okay, last week. If you have last week in the sentence, you conjugate the verb in the past. Okay, last week, that means you did an action. This action is finished. At this time, you conjugate the verb in the past. Okay, last week, my brother allowed me to drive his new car. Mon frère m'a autorisé à conduire sa nouvelle voiture. Bon, donc maintenant, au passé, le verbe se conjugue au passé, on ajoute E2. Ok? En français, on conjugue le verbe, mais en anglais, on ajoute E2 et c'est invariable à toutes les personnes. After that, yesterday, my mother, my mother allowed me to go to the beach. Bon, donc, hier, ma mère m'a autorisé à aller à la plage. Okay, after that, interrogative form. I talk about interrogative form. Okay, concerning the past, the simple past, we use did to make interrogative. Bon, donc pour faire la forme interrogative au passé, nous utilisons did. Ok, vous voyez, did. Did your father allow you to go out? Est-ce que ton père t'a autorisé à sortir? Et encore, quand vous mettez le verbe ne prend pas, il ne faut pas ajouter ed ici parce que did exprime le passé. My second sentence, did your parents allow you to tell your mind? Est-ce que tes parents t'ont autorisé à dire ton opinion. Mind, c'est l'esprit. Mind, c'est l'opinion aussi. We have a passive. Passive, present, affirmative, interrogative. In passive form, we use, the auxiliary be, and we conjugate in present. Okay? She is allowed to cook lunch as she masters all the secrets of the kitchen. Bon, donc, elle est autorisée à préparer le déjeuner comme elle maîtrise tous les secrets de la cuisine. La cuisine en anglais, c'est kitchen. Every Saturday, the children are allowed to go to the movies. Bon, donc, chaque samedi, les enfants sont autorisés à aller au cinéma. À la forme interrogative, il y a l'auxiliaire a suivi du sujet plus le participe passé. Bon, donc ici, à la forme interrogative, nous utilisons a plus you plus le participe passé. Are you allowed to smoke here? Es-tu autorisé à fumer ici? Can you give an example about permission?
Every day, my parents allow me to watch TV at night.
Okay, thank you.
Every day, my father allows me to go in my sister's house.
Okay. Okay, this is the lesson I have finished. Thanks, everybody. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the magazine of English of today. We'll be together next Saturday, same time, same channel, ORTM 1. May God bless Mali. Goodbye.
Money la diali beto sena wala saga se ka marali kɛ fo ka taa bila janvier kalo tile 31 sanba fila ani 26 nay wartan money pere ko tala araba donyaw ani weekend fɛ nga fonde soutien o be sara awo ni be sara money drone fi aka war blali ani war tali oye fuye ola ay warci awli manawma amana ke dawodai kata mali fam bela jelen fɛ araba donyaw ani weekend fɛ ni money